What's up, Geminites? It's your boy GemMint. I have another statue and unboxing video for you today. This is a very special piece for a couple of reasons. First of all, I got this from my boy Cartel from Hell. Cartel from Hell is one of the reasons why I started my YouTube channel. I used to watch his stuff on a long commute that I had when I lived in Miami. And I used to watch him and think, man, this guy's just like me. I definitely could do this. So him, along with Omni Bros, I decided to make a channel which was like a mixture of both statues and comics. Also, this is special because this is a piece that I've owned before, and it's actually the first statue that I've ever owned in hand. The legend goes, I pre-ordered the Wolverine vs. Hulk diorama as my first ever purchase. But I was so amped up waiting for that pre-order to ship that I went to my local comic shop, Past, Present, Future in West Palm Beach, Florida, and I purchased the Apocalypse Premium Format along with the J. Scott Campbell Spider-Man Comiquette. Now that I am building my X-Men collection, I thought this would go well next to Juggernaut, next to Magneto, next to Mystique, so we're going to add Apocalypse back to the collection. Let's go ahead and get him out the shipper. Like butter, baby. I always love the art box that this came in. I like the colors that it matches his color scheme with the gray and the navy blue. Got the Apocalypse logo on the front. Got a kind of drawing of the statue on the back. Humongous box. This was an expensive piece when it came out back in the day. This was like $650, and this came out years ago. All right, let's get him out the art box. All right, huge styrofoam box here. Let's get the tape cut. All right, here's the bottom of the base. This is number 310 out of 1500. This is just the regular edition. It's funny, I didn't have the exclusive edition when I owned the piece either, and neither did Cartel. It's a flat kind of, reminds me of the ship from X Factor that Apocalypse came through and destroyed at the end of that arc. All right, so that's the base. All right, I was always impressed how his body was just one big piece. It didn't have any, arms or legs that plugged in except for his right hand up top. All right, no magnets on this big boy. You just have keys with pegs. So that goes in. On the exclusive, it had a chainsaw. But the regular edition just comes with this gun, which actually I really do like the gun better. So there's the gun. And then we have the head sculpt. That's a mean boy right there. No magnet or anything. It just sits on top. It's got a little key. Lastly, he does have these coils, which, man, I don't even know if I want to use these. They're such a pain, but let me see. You plug one in the back there. All right. Okay. So far, so good. Boom, there you go. Man, I'm so happy to have this piece back in my collection. I can't tell you, man. Like, I have newer pieces downstairs, customs, that I haven't even unboxed yet because I just wanted to open this one so bad and get them in there with my X-Men collection. Such a massive piece, man. This is classic Sideshow. This is a huge chunk of a body. From those legs to that top of that collar, one solid piece, minus the little gun attachments. Incredible. I really like the paint job on this, man. I remember a lot of older reviews, people were saying it was a little plain, it was a little flat, but I mean, it's got black shading. I like the tones that it has. Yeah, sure, a custom paint job will probably make this pop and bring a lot out of it, but I think he looks great, man. I think Sideshow would have to do a lot to really top this piece. First of all, he's humongous. Let's go ahead and measure this guy from the bottom of the base to the top of his gun. He's just under 30 inches tall. And look at the base. The base is nothing. Under 2 inches. Humongous piece. I cannot wait to go ahead and pair him up next to Juggernaut. First, a little background on Apocalypse. He first appeared as a cameo in X Factor 5. His first full appearance was in the following issue, in issue 6. His real name is N Zaragoza. He is one of the first mutants. Now, there's a lot of confusion because I always thought he was the first mutant, but they also call Namor the first mutant. Anyway, he's all about evolution. He's all about survival of the fittest. He's all about mutant dominance, the inevitable survival of the fittest, and an all-around badass X-Men villain. Like I said, not much of a base. It's a mechanical type of base. It looks like it's a piece of the ship, probably the ship that ends up getting destroyed in the, I want to say X Factor 70 or the 60s. I recently just did a read-through of it. I think it was in the X-Men Volume 2 Omnibus. So very plain. Not a lot of color. It's got a steel color. I'm looking, I see little hints of purple, but otherwise kind of a gray base. It must have been traditionally sculpted. This doesn't look like a digital sculpt, and he's just a massive beast. He's got these huge boots. You can see the kind of machinery, alien type of technology that's built in. Going up to his enormous body. He got that A belt, which is kind of goofy, but I like how they kept it there for comic accuracy. He got the 4-pack abs going on, them big boy abs. I am glad that I put the tentacles there. That really gives it a little bit more than just a block sculpture. It really makes it more of a dynamic piece for having those wires that you can kind of bend and form however you'd like. Even for an old school piece, man, look at this big vein they got sculpted in his bicep, and both biceps actually. Looks awesome. Yeah, man, comic accurate. You know, you got to give it up for Sideshow on this one. They kept it classic. I like the gun attachment. I think it looks very Apocalypse because he can kind of freeform his hand into any kind of weapon. And that's definitely the weapon I would use. The chainsaw, it's cool to have the extra piece. I've never owned it. But, you know, I'm happy with the gun. I love the collar, kind of what his head sits in. I think that looks amazing. And I always like the portrait. I mean, as long as you got that Apocalypse lips and you don't have that movie lips, what was going on with that? That didn't look really anything like Apocalypse at all. This one looks amazing. So glad to add it to the X-Men collection. I'm wondering if I can fit it in there with Juggernaut. If I scoot Juggernaut down a little bit. I don't know. This guy's kind of big, man. We'll have to see what we could do. But I really want to thank Cartel from Hell. We actually did a trade. I kind of got him into hardcover books, and he really wanted this Usagi Yojimbo set, which is a super expensive set. And I was ready to part with it, man. I hadn't read it. I only read the first slipcase Fantagraphics book, and decided to do a little bit of trade plus cash kind of thing. So I'm happy with it. I knew it would be in good hands. This guy always did unboxings with gloves, so I knew there wasn't going to be any issues. And sure enough, it looks great. So thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Let me know what you guys think about the old school Sideshow Apocalypse down in the comments below. If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that gem to the left to subscribe to the channel, and hit the playlist for all my other statue unboxings to the box on the right. Thanks for watching and stay minty fresh. Peace.